This is Norm with Tech MacGyver, and we're here to cover Cybersecurity Essentials. Today is enhancing and integrating Snort IDS, the Intrusion Detection System, into a defensive network fortress. Okay, we're going to lean into the concept of building up network defenses as a protective fortress you'll maintain and enhance in this overview. If you're already running the Snort IDS, that's great. You've got a top-notch gatekeeper for the network, but what you must consider is that a single gatekeeper can't possibly see the entire network. Let's talk about how to turn your standalone Snort IDS into a fully integrated security command center. I want you to stop and think about your network security for a second. Is it a real fortress built to withstand a serious attack? Or is it more like a movie set? A Hollywood facade. Structures that crumble or tip over the second they're actually tested or the wind picks up. Attackers are always looking for weaknesses. So we want our fortress to be rock solid. The reality is today's threats are just way too sophisticated for any one line of defense. Relying only on Snort, even as powerful as it is, creates a massive single point of failure. It's kind of like putting a bank door on a tent. Who needs dynamite when a pair of scissors will do the trick? So in this case, the fortress already has a big flaw in its design. Snort is fantastic in its role, no doubt, but even though it's watching and analyzing network traffic coming through the main entrance like a hawk, what's guarding the rest of the fortress walls? What about watchtowers or a command center? We're going to add some infrastructure and pursue a defense in depth strategy here, also known as layered defense. For real security, every part of the defense has to be talking to each other and working together as a team. So how do we actually do that? What and how do we build out these defenses? Let's walk through a blueprint for our fortress layer by layer. We'll start with centralizing all of the intelligence. Then we'll automate the defenses, making command and control way simpler. Finally, we'll learn how to uncover the full story of any incident in true cybersecurity analyst fashion. All right, let's address that first layer, centralizing your intelligence. This is all about creating a repository for everything logging data on the network. Think of it as the watchtower logbook for the entire fortress. And we're going to do this by integrating Snort with syslog servers. So what is a syslog server? Think of it as your central intelligence hub. It's not just collecting Snort alerts. It's pulling in logs from your firewalls, your routers, your servers, literally everything on the network. So instead of a dozen different reports scattered all over the place, you get a single unified view of your entire network, that single pane of glass you hear so much about. This intelligence hub is a total game changer. When that data is in one spot, you can start connecting the dots. Suddenly, a Snort alert for malicious traffic isn't just a random blip on the radar. You can immediately pivot and see the firewall log showing exactly where the attacker got in, and then the server log that shows them trying to get more privileges. You see, you're not just getting an alert, you're getting the entire play-by-play of the attack. Okay, so we've gathered all our intelligence in one place. That's great, but all these reports are pretty useless without the ability to analyze them and take action. And that's exactly where our next layer comes in, automating our defenses with SIM tools. If you're not familiar, SIM stands for Security Information and Event Management. SIM platform is the intelligent command center of our fortress, which takes all the data we're collecting from our syslog server and crunches it in real time. Our SIM hunts for patterns, anomalies, and threats. And this is where we shift from being purely defensive to going on the offense. A SIM provides us with real-time dashboards, sure, but its real power is in an automated response. When a high-confidence threat is spotted, the SIM doesn't just send an email that someone might read an hour or more from now. It instantly tells the firewall to block that malicious IP. That's just not a fast response. That's moving at the speed of the attack itself. So we have this automated super intelligent command center. But what if only one specialized engineer knows how to use it? That would be a huge bottleneck. So our next layer is all about making our system accessible to the whole team. And we do that by simplifying command and control with a GUI. You could manage Snort from the command line, but though the CLI is incredibly powerful, its learning curve is steep, and response time can be much slower if you're not in it all the time and have to repeatedly look up syntax before taking action. A GUI, on the other hand, allows us to visualize all the data spread out over multiple monitors if we need to. It simplifies the controls, training, and visualization of alerts. A GUI makes it possible for more people to actually co-manage our security platform. With a good GUI like Snorby or Squeal, you get these visual rule editors that help prevent simple syntax mistakes. We can monitor the performance of the IDS with just a glance, and you can visualize all your security data with charts and graphs, which can reveal trends and flare-ups that are almost impossible to spot in a wall of text. These charts and graphs we just mentioned, they also make it easier to craft our retelling of events, our story, for management and laymen alike. It's all about working smarter, not harder. Okay, our network fortress is now well defended. It's automated, it's easy to manage, but we have to face reality. No fortress is ever truly impenetrable. An alarm is going to go off eventually. Now the question is, what do you do? And that brings us to our final layer, learning how to investigate and uncover the full story with packet capture. This is the scenario that keeps many security analysts up at night. A potential SQL injection alert is sounded. So is it a real sophisticated attack happening right now, or is it just some noisy scanner creating a false positive? Chasing down false alarms can burn up a lot of time and energy, leading to alert fatigue. Will real threats eventually get ignored? How do we know for sure that the notification is a genuine threat? Well, the answer is you have to look at the raw evidence. When Snort flags us a threat, we use a tool like Wireshark to capture the actual packets that triggered the alert. This isn't a summary, it's not a log, it's the digital DNA of the event. With this in hand, there's no more guessing. You can prove exactly what is or did happen. Okay. Building this incredible integrated network defense is not always a simple plug-and-play process. There are definitely some common challenges you will probably run into, and they might be compatibility issues or performance overhead, or you'll find the configurations are time-consumingly complex. But the good news is these are all solvable problems. The key, as you can see right here, is all about preparation and designing a roadmap, doing thorough testing, planning carefully, and maybe starting with a small pilot project before you decide to go all in. This is a great project to light up in your test lab and get working smoothly before putting it on your production network. So to wrap things up, we've laid out a four-part strategy to take a standalone tool, Snort, and turn it into a real cybersecurity high-value asset. First, you centralize with syslog. Then you automate with a SIM. You simplify with a GUI. And finally, you investigate with packet capture. Each layer builds on the last, and that's how you create a truly resilient defense to address the ever-evolving kinds of threats we're seeing today. This level of integration is achievable for tech-savvy folks to even use on their home networks. So it's not just a luxury for big companies with huge budgets. It's very accessible. We hope we've inspired you to build out or enhance your security fortress. If you're using different tools or you have some advice, add it to the comments. If you found this helpful or know someone who will, like, share, and subscribe to help the algorithm get it in front of more people. Thank you, and see you in the next video.